Hey everyone, ArdrethShadow here, and welcome to a rather strange sort of project update. And I'm talking specifically about the Final Fantasy VII Remake series that I kind of started, which is a mix of streams and me re-uploading footage from streams. So anyways, reason I'm making this is because apparently Square Enix is taking down YouTube videos that contain the ending of the game. So, essentially, if you're playing through the game and you show the ending, well then you're kind of slapped with a copyright strike, and the video is taken down. And unfortunately, I am kind of familiar with this considering I had some trouble with one of my Final Fantasy XV videos, which was why I pretty much took them all down to avoid any further conflict. So, at least I even looked through this article and some comments, and a number of other fans are kind of saying like how they've been hit with a copyright strike and they've had the videos taken down. One person even said like the article featured a tweet from them essentially saying that Square Enix is striking down, and for anyone who shows the ending, well, they're pretty much getting the short end of the stick here. And if you try to, appeal the strike or counter it, then, well, apparently you're at the risk of getting sued, which is yeah, that's not good at all, to say the least. A number of people who are streaming the game for YouTube, kind of like I am, they're essentially saying, well, if that's the case, well then I'm just going to move on over to Twitch. That way I can still stream the game, and they don't have their channels taken down by Square Enix. Which, it's like, yeah, I can kind of see why you do that. Especially because it's like, come on, I want to play through the whole thing, and especially if you want to show it to people, well, obviously. And I guess the reason they're doing this is, as most people are saying, that it's because of spoilers. They don't want people to be showing off the ending. Which, okay, yeah, I can kind of understand that. You don't want people to spoil the ending of, one of your most anticipated releases of the year, or the decade, I should say, at this point. I guess it's understandable to an extent, but at the same time, at least me personally, I think it would be too extreme to just do that. At least, in a sense, it's almost like you're kind of punishing the players for playing the game all the way through to the end and broadcasting that, however, through YouTube live streams. Which brings me down to what will I do about my playthrough? Considering I just barely started Chapter 6 at the time of this recording, I would say that I still have a considerable amount of time before I get to Chapter 18. So at the very least, if it's specifically for videos that contain the ending, essentially any video having any footage of Chapter 18 of the game, then at least by that logic, I should be fine so long as I don't show Chapter 18 or anything of it in my videos. At least, that's what I'm trying to make sense of it, especially for that one person who's saying that they're going to essentially play up to Chapter 17 and then move over to Twitch for the rest. And at least for me, I did consider that almost, but then considering my Twitch account isn't really set up to host videos, it would kind of sort of defeat the purpose to some point of being able to have that there to refer to later. Especially since I do kind of like the way YouTube does that. That way, for anyone who doesn't see my live streams, like right then and there, especially since my live stream schedule is pretty much, as I told a friend of mine, like it's literally whenever I can. And for the most part, a lot of my streams have been like after midnight my time, which understandably, yeah, no one's going to be awake to see them. So it's obviously a bad time, which is why, at least with YouTube's live streams, I still have the option of hosting the live streams there for people to watch later whenever they want to. I can't really do that with Twitch, and even then, I've had so many issues trying to stream Twitch, or stream from Twitch. So, as counterproductive as it sounds, what I'm literally thinking of doing is, when I get to chapter 18, I'm going to make one final stream of just chapter 18. But, on the flip side, no one will really be able to see it. So, basically, it's going to be like, I'm going to make the stream and whatever, or at least it's basically going to be like a Let's Play video, but then you're not going to be able to see it. So in a way, it's like I'm basically going to make a video for myself that no one else will be able to see until maybe this craziness kind of goes away and Square Enix stops going crazy, being like, copyright strike here, copyright strike there, everyone gets a copyright strike. So, yeah, I'd rather not have to do that, especially since my channel is kind of still recovering from one that they gave me, oddly enough, for Final Fantasy XV, so I would rather not have to go through that again. And at the very least, I would like to hope that I'm not tempting fate by me simply just streaming the game. I mean, so far there have been other people streaming it who haven't been met with any sort of trouble. Like I mentioned, Vinesauce Vinny. I was watching his videos for a while, and they're still up there. I can still enjoy them whenever I want to, so at the very least, I'm kind of using that as my example of how many people have been hit, have they been hit, and at what point were they hit. So I guess all I can say is, for the time being, my playthrough is going to be incomplete, considering I literally cannot show the ending. I may still do whatever bonus streams I mentioned, like Chapter 4, the motorcycle sequence, possibly. But other than that, yeah, it looks like once I hit the end of Chapter 17, or close enough to it, I'm done. I won't be able to stream it anymore until, well, I'll still stream it, but then, yeah, no one's going to be able to see it until possibly Square Enix loosens their grip and they decide, hey, it's okay to let people show the ending again. Enough time has passed, and we shouldn't be so concerned about people spoiling the game now. Or so I'd like to hope so. But anyways, yeah, so I guess for anyone who is following my Final Fantasy VII Remake series, it's gonna end at Chapter 17, and until Square Enix decides to, loosen their grip, there won't be any Chapter 18, possibly until like maybe weeks or months later at a time, if they do decide to loosen their grip. But anyways, well, that's all I got to say on that. So, anyways, I guess I will see you guys next time with whatever else I do. Stay golden, and later, folks.